Hello. Hello, my dear friends. Today again I am present before you to present you with a few more single word expressions. This way I'm trying to improve your vocabulary. If you only cooperate with me, if you watch these videos and if you learn the words which I'm trying to teach you, otherwise my labor, my toil will simply go in vain. So, my dear friends, is English learning a very joyful experience to you? If you see that the task of learning English is a bit burdensome to you, then it is better for you to make your learning experience a little more joyful so that it becomes easier for you to learn English, learn this foreign language, English. And for that reason, it is very important for you to improve your vocabulary. You should have a wide range of words at your disposal, or else I don't think it will be very simple for you to speak English. It will be very easy for you to speak English because when you speak English, if you keep using the same words a number of times, your listeners will feel very monotonous. And I don't think you want your listeners to be uninterested in what you are saying. So, to make your speech a little more interesting, you have to learn words willy nilly. Willy nilly means willingly or unwillingly. All right. Now, to make your English learning a little more joyful, you should play a vocabulary game with your friend who also is equally interested in English. The vocabulary game say, in the vocabulary game, you give a certain word, English word, obviously, and your friend makes a word, new word, with the last letter of the word given by you. And then with the last letter of the word given by your friend, you make another new word. This is the vocabulary game. And this game is very exciting, very interesting. If you start playing this game, you will see how interesting it is. And then you will have the hunger to learn many more new words because you want to beat your friend. And for that reason only, I'm trying to give you a lot of English words so that when you speak English, you don't have to fumble for words. Because generally, what happens in case of the new learners, when they try to construct sentences, they first think in their mother tongue, and then they try to translate the sentence into English. And in this process, they fumble for words. And I know very well because I have seen a lot of students in my career, professional career as a teacher, and I have seen those students struggling hard to remember words. But unfortunately, they can't retain the words in their memory for long. That's why I always advise them to play a vocabulary game. And also, from time to time, you should record your own speech. Well, you should speak English and you should record your speech, and then you should replay that and listen to your own recorded speech. See whether you enjoy the speech or not. If you see that the speech, your speech, is not much enjoyable to you, don't expect others to enjoy your speech. First, you have to enjoy your own speech. When you see that yes, your speech is satisfactory, be sure you will get a round of applause from your audience. All right, so that is the main purpose of learning words, and for that reason only I'm going on giving you word after word so that your vocabulary becomes large. Now look at the whiteboard. Today we are going to learn seven new words, seven new single word expressions. These are the meanings of those words. So if you do not use these seven words, then you have to use all these words when you are speaking English or when you are writing English. And that is a little burdensome. And that's why, and moreover, if your English language becomes very wordy, your speech becomes very wordy, very verbose, it will be difficult for your audience to get the hang of what you are saying. So try to use very meaningfully charged, meaningfully packed words, English words, so that you can avoid using a lot of words. Number one, what is there? The study of the history and origin of names. It's a very interesting subject. There are different names, proper nouns I'm talking about. Say a certain person has a certain name or a place, especially place names are very interesting. You try to think of the name of the place where you inhabit, and you will see, if you know the history of that name or the origin of that name, then you will feel very intrigued. And I think none of us will deny that. I feel interested when I see, for example, let me just cite an example so that you can understand better. There is a place, Srirampur. Okay, it is said the origin is actually previously, William Carey established the college, Srirampur College, and so it was way back. And English people started going to that place in order to attend church there. So many English people used to go to Srirampur, and the place was inhabited by a lot of people, by a variety of people, but many were very poor. I'm not saying that the place was inhabited only by the poor. The rich people were also there, but the poor people whose main income was, so far as I have heard, begging. So what they used to do, they used to come to the cars of the English people. Cars, in those days, the cabs were there. So this horse-driven carriage, and they used to stretch out their hands and ask for money. And when they used to ask for money, they used to tell the English people they did not know English very well. They only made a single sentence in order to make that Englishman understand that they were poor. They used to say, "Sir, I am poor." Okay, "Sir, I am poor." Now, "Sir, I am poor." Afterwards, what happened? Well, all those people, they were not educated. Those people of whom I'm talking, okay? There were, of course, educated people. There were rich people in that place, because that's a very traditionally aristocratic place. So you know that there are many high-ranking people as well, Indians, I'm saying. And the poor people used to stretch their hands out and say, "Sir, I'm poor. Sir, I'm poor." Finally, that place was known to be Srirampur, Srirampur. The English people used to tell their friends, "Oh, you are going to Srirampur." Because whenever you go there, you will see that the poor people of that particular place will come to you and tell, "Sir, I'm poor." And that's why the place came to be known as Srirampur. It is what I have heard. I do not know I'm not sure of the veracity of this history. I have heard from some person. If one of you, maybe from Srirampur, when you watch this video, if you see that what I have heard is wrong, please mention that in the comment box and write down the real origin of the place. I'll be very happy, my dear friends. Okay, so what is the single word? The study of the history and origin of names. The single word is onomastics. Onomastics. Let me write the word, okay? I'm spelling the word out very loudly so that you can note down in your diary or in your exercise book. Onomastics. 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 So that single word is onomastics, which means the study of the history and origin of names. There are many people who are very interested in onomastics. Onomastics, in fact, is a subject which intrigues everybody, every curious individual. Number two, a person who prefers to ignore problems rather than deal with them. There are some people in our society, we often come across them. What they do, when they face a problem, they try to ignore that problem because they do not know the solution, or they don't want to work hard in order to solve that problem. So what they do, they just bypass that problem. But you know very well that if you bypass a problem or if you sweep a problem under the carpet, however minor the problem is, in the days to come, that same minor problem will be gaining menacing proportions. And then it will be difficult for you to solve this. But these people do that. What are they called? What is a single word for that? A person who prefers to ignore problems rather than deal with them. So the single word is ostrich. Yes, ostrich. You have heard right. Ostrich, which also means, which originally means a flightless bird. It's an African bird, flightless. They can't fly. So let me spell out the word. Ostrich. Ostrich. The word is ostrich. He is an ostrich. Why does he? Why is he beset with a lot of problems? Doesn't he solve his problems? No, my dear friends. He is an ostrich. I have told him a number of times: do not sweep any problem under the carpet. Do not conceal any problem, even if that is your health-related problem. You may think that this is a very minor problem. It's not necessary for me to go to the doctors. Today you may think that, but the minor problem will become very major in the days to come. So why? Because if you are an ostrich, it is very likely. Let's move on to number 3. Food that one takes with one to eat while on a journey. Say you are going to Puri or you are going to Darjeeling. You have to travel overnight. You have booked your ticket, and today is the date of journey. What you do in order to eat while just on the journey, you carry some foodstuffs from your home, or you buy some foodstuffs at a shop, and while you are traveling overnight, you generally eat that food. So what is that food called? I'm not asking you about the food items. Food items may be anything. If you are a non-vegetarian, your food item may be, say, fried rice and chili chicken. If you are a vegetarian, your food items may be puris and curry. So I'm not asking about that. I'm asking you what is the single word for that which you carry? The single word, which means food that one takes with one to eat while on a journey. The single word is pedcos. Let me write down. P A D K O S. Pedcos. The word is pedcos. Pronounced correctly, pedcos. So you may ask your friend, "Oh, you are setting out tonight for Mumbai." Yes. Are you going to carry some pedcos? Are you going to carry some pedcos? Why? Because you have to eat while on a journey. Let's move on to number 4. A person who does not have good social skills and is not fashionable. You must have seen such people who are not fashionable at all, and they lack social skills. Social skills in the sense they can't socialize with people very easily. They generally avoid company. Why they avoid company? Because they are not very good at socializing. They don't have social skills. So what is that person called? There is a single word for that person. A person who does not have good social skills and is not fashionable. What is a single word? If you do not know the single word, to refer to a person of this type, you have to use so many words. You understand, I hope? Yeah. So the single word is Dweeb. Let me write down. D W double E B. The pronunciation is dweeb. Dweeb. He's a dweeb. Oh, do you go to his house very often? I think it's necessary for me to go to his house because he is one of my friends. But in fact, he's a dweeb. If I go there, he doesn't talk much. He generally avoids people. So you are calling him a dweeb. All right. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is a person who knows a lot about wine. Yes. A person who drinks a lot of wine may not know, may not be a connoisseur of wine. But there are some people, especially those who are studying hotel management. They generally learn a lot about different types of wine. So, what is a person called who knows a lot about wine? But before any occasion, before any festive occasion, you generally ask, if you are fond of boozing, you ask that person which brand you should go for, because you know that he has a lot of ideas. He has a lot of knowledge about wine. So the single word for that is enophile. Let me write down. E N O P H I L E. The word is enophile. Enophile. There is an enophile in our locality, so it's better for us to consult him before the upcoming festival. Okay, so this is enophile. Let's move on to number 6, and number 6 is books, pictures, etc. that are intended to make somebody feel sexual desire. Some sort of sex-citing pictures, some sex-citing books, of course, morally cheap books, morally cheap pictures, but you have to know the word for that. I'm going to give you a noun, a collective noun, which means books, pictures, etc. that are intended to make somebody feel sexual desire. Some teenage boys are often interested in this sort of stuff. What they do, they sit together, and if they collect a very cheap book from somewhere where there are so many pictures, so many stories or jokes, which are in fact intended to sexually arouse the readers or the viewers. So what is that single word for that? Say you are saying that that teenage boy is very much fond of books, pictures, etc. that are intended to make somebody feel sexual desire. What a long and very bizarre sentence. So it will be very difficult for people to express themselves very succinctly without knowing that particular word. The word is erotica. Let me write down that. E R O T I C A. The word is erotica. Erotica. Have you heard the word? If you have already heard the word, write down in the comment box. Tell me that you already have known the word. And if you do not know the word, it doesn't matter. Please learn now. So you may say very easily that particular thing which I mentioned a few minutes ago. That teenage boy is very much interested in erotica. It's a collective noun, okay? So don't add any s to it. Don't say eroticas. That would be wrong. Erotica. Erotica means actually books, pictures, plural. All right. Let's move on to number 7. An imaginary place or state in which everything is extremely bad or unpleasant. An imaginary place. Why? Because there is no place on earth which is absolutely or 100% bad. There must be something good. Therefore, this is an imaginary place where nothing is good. Everything is bad, everything is unpleasant. Generally, pessimistic people sometimes think this way. They often say, once I heard one of my acquaintances saying that, oh, India, you are talking about India. India is full of say riots and there are so many other problems. I got very angry with that man. I don't know what a pessimist you are. Our country is very beautiful. Many foreigners come here to enjoy the beauty of this country. Do you know the rich spiritual heritage of our country? So that particular place, an imaginary place, that's what I'm saying. There is no place is there which is fully or absolutely bad. So it's an imaginary place where everything is extremely bad and unpleasant. The place is dystopia. Let me write down. Dystopia. 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 So the place is dystopia. And what will be the opposite then? An imaginary place or state in which everything is extremely good or pleasant. Is there any such place? It's an imaginary place. And if you think, as I think, that our country is very beautiful, our country, India, is really a very gorgeous country, and I'm very fond of India. I love India. And so if anybody talks about the negative part of this country, I get very furious. But here we are not talking about any particular country. But if you when you are talking about, they say, a place where you have gone to visit is very good, like heaven. So you may use the opposite one. It is dystopia, but you have to use the word utopia. 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 So you may say that you have gone to Shimla, and returning from there, you tell your friend, "Oh, Shimla is really a utopia. So beautiful that everything about Shimla is very good and very pleasant." So the opposite one is utopia, and this one dystopia. All right. So we have learned 7 words today. Seven single word expressions. Let me read out these words once again. Onomastics, ostrich, padcos, dweeb, enophile, erotica, dystopia. So these are the 7 words which we have learned today, which we have added to our vocabulary. Now, as I have already told you, that you are not likely to retain these words in your memory for long. Why? If you do not use this, but if you use these words, as soon as you get any opportunity, you use these words, these new words which you have learned just. Then you will see these words will remain fresh in your memory. You are not likely to forget the words. So, my dear friends, every time I upload a video with this type of lessons, please memorize the words and try to use at the earliest possible opportunity, whenever you get the opportunity. Okay? So, nothing more about this lesson. I will come once again, if God is willing. I will come once again with yet another new lesson for you, my dear friends. I love you, my dear friends. And I do not think that I love you just because you watch the videos or you give us a like. Not for that only, but I like you because you are also human beings and I'm a human being too. So we are ultimately friends. See you again in the next session. Bye bye.
Now whom should I kill? Officer?